Hi everyone, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been reselling for 20 years and I absolutely love it. And today I have a bins haul for you, and it's going to also include a ship with me portion and a wet sold portion because I went into the bins. I think it's been about 24 or 25 days ago, and I shopped for 1 hour and 4 minutes. I found 34 items, which totaled 36 pounds. At the bins that I shop at in Oklahoma City, it's $1.19 a pound if you purchase over 25 pounds. If you've never been to the Goodwill bins before, it's actually called the Goodwill Outlet Center, but it's nicknamed the bins because there are all these blue bins that are rolled out with clothes or books, shoes, housewares, and then you dig through them to find what you'd like. Then they weigh the items at the end and you pay by the pound. Well, the day that I went, I didn't have a lot of time. I knew I had about an hour. I looked through one bin from top to bottom, side to side, and I felt like I came out of there with a lot of just really mediocre things. There weren't any superstar items. So I thought this was a good opportunity to see how much money I would make overall and per hour just with mediocre items. I watch other people's hauls and they will find amazing brands and items, and I rarely find the really expensive items, but you can make a really good income just on normal everyday item things. And I can share with you, I've already sold over half of the things in the haul, and I can go over my numbers and show you how much you can really make per hour just on ordinary items. I already shared a few items that sold in my last what sold video, so I'm not going to go over them again, but I'll just quickly pop up the items that I shared in my last what sold video. The Juicy Velour Pants, the Castelli Cycling Jersey, one sold on eBay and another one on Poshmark. Then I had 4 more sales that I'm going to go over. Gap Fit Women's True Black Woven Studio Joggers, size medium. They sold for $22.70. My earnings were $11.94. I paid just 62 cents for them. They sold the same day that I listed them, and my profit was $11.32. I think the beauty of the bins is that low cost of goods. You do not have to sell your items for a super high amount to get back your cost of goods and profit. So even if it's an item that is saturated, as long as there are sales, even if the sell-through rate is low, you can price the item low where yours is one of the ones that will sell. And that's what I found on this. I just had to price it a little bit lower and it sold the same day. The next item was the Chico's Fabulously Slimming Ankle Pants. They were a Chico size 1.5 or a standard US 10 pull-on brown stretch. They sold for $21.83. My earnings were $10.44. I paid just $1.12. They took 11 days to sell and my profit was $9.32. The next item sold on eBay. I titled the listing BKE Tyler Jeans, men's 32 by 34, blue denim cotton stretch. I wrote the buckle because BKE comes from the store, the buckle, and then I put measures 30 by 34. I like to put both the tag measurement and the actual measurement so it catches more people searching for those specific sizes. It had a couple slits at the hem of the jeans. I just took pictures, noted that in the listing, and it still sold. These jeans sold on eBay for $28.05. My earnings were $15.63. I paid just $1.90. They took 8 days to sell, and my profit was $13.73. The next one was a Nike Dry Fit men's running singlet tank, size extra large, sleeveless. It sold for $15.99. My earnings were $9.34. I paid just 21 cents and they took just 1 day to sell. My profit was $7.13. And I got the nicest feedback. The person wrote a long feedback, and this was the first time I ever saw pictures. They included pictures on the feedback. So I guess that is a new thing on eBay. So I thought that was so nice of that buyer. They really appreciated packaging it carefully and the stickers and everything. The next item was a Harry Potter item. You've watched this channel very much and have seen my daughter Morgan. She loves Harry Potter. I almost always pick up everything Harry Potter to see if she wants it, and if she doesn't, it always sells. This was a children's item. It was the Harry Potter Varsity Jacket Kids 6T. Gryffindor, Universal Studios, boys or girls, size 6. I put on the listing that one of the snaps had a little bit of the color scratched off, but it still sold. It sold for $15.82. My earnings were $7.43. I paid just 57 cents. It took 6 days to sell. Profit was $6.86. And you're going to see a theme on the Ship With Me. So many items that I get at the bins, if I don't have a lot of time and I source very quickly, I'll end up coming home and I didn't see that snag or that stain, and sometimes the things aren't repairable, or I don't want to repair them because it would take more time than it was worth, but they still sell. So you'll see a lot of the items that in the Ship With Me next have flaws, and they still sold. They still sold quickly. I'll go over my numbers at the end, but when I calculate everything out, I am still working at about $44.21 an hour on this haul of mediocre items, lots of them with flaws. So I feel like these type of items are so worth it. So let's go to the Ship With Me now. Okay, these pants are so cute. Look at the bottom. They have this flare sheer leg. The brand, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I think it's Casati, size large. They're from a little boutique in Oklahoma City called the Lime Leopard. And whenever something's elastic, I always check the waistband. Now these, it's not broken when you stretch it, but it's not very stretchy. So I just put that in a listing so that the buyer would be aware. And it sold. I received an offer for $30 and I accepted it. My earnings were $24. I paid just 80 cents and my profit is $23.20. They took just 7 days to sell. I'm gonna put it in this poly bag. That. Use a sticker. I get these on Amazon. They're super inexpensive. I'm going to put it in a Tyvek envelope. This batch does not sell very well, so I use these priority stickers. These are free if you order them from USPS.com, delivered to your home. So I'll just put them right around here. Then I put this warning: opening this package will cause extreme happiness on the edge, so that will reinforce it. Then I will put my label on and try not to show the buyer's name and address. And then thank you sticker on it, and this one is ready to go. These cycling items are selling great. I have had some amazing sales with bicycle shorts and bibs and jerseys. This one is the brand Bontrager, and it even has a team logo on it. It says Staple Gun. That's a cycling team in Oklahoma City, and this went to Illinois, and it is a men's size large. Whenever you come across these bibs or the cycling shorts, you want to be sure and check out the padding inside. This one is still really nice, lots of padding. It just doesn't even look worn. The seams are all good. I check the elastic on these. The fabric looks great, nothing separated, plenty stretchy. This inside part where it kind of clings to your legs looks great. So these are in excellent condition. I ran it through the wash on delicate and hung it to dry. And they're always a little tricky to fold when packaging. When I woke up this morning, I had a message from someone asking me if I would give them a deal if they purchased this cycling bib along with the jersey that I had listed. And this is the jersey. It says Team Staple Gun, Oklahoma City, the same brand. This is Bontrager. And the back, and one thing on the cycling jerseys, they always have these little pockets in the back. This one is full zip. I checked the inside. This is still stretchy, looks great. I told him I would give him 30% off, which I think was like 40 something dollars, and he said, well, would you do 35 plus shipping? And I said, sure. I figured I have like $1 into this. That's a great return on investment. And I was considering what he would pay, including shipping, and I thought that was a great deal. Usually I have these pre-packaged, but since I am needing to do the haul, I don't have them packaged yet, so that's handy to be able to show them. So I'm just going to put these together in one clear poly bag, so I can see the bag, fill it up. I sold these two combined for $46.21. My earnings were $31.26. My total cost of goods for both of them was $1.06. The bibs were 59 cents and the jersey was 47 cents, and my profit was $30.20. So I think that is excellent. Close that up. I'm using my eBay branded bag. I'll put a sticker on the back and my little Love to Shop 242 sticker on the front, and then I handwrite thank you. I have a video that I put out on how I created my custom design, and it was so inexpensive. And then it shows also how to order the stickers, which are really inexpensive also. These items took just 15 days to sell. Okay, I just sold this cute little half slip, and it is from the brand Vanity Fair. Now this tag is a newer tag. If you look up some sold comps and search highest to lowest, you will see that some Vanity Fair sells really high. These are sold comps for the past 90 days on eBay of Vanity Fair items that have sold for really great amounts. I love finding the vintage gowns or robes, or even better, a matching set. So be on the lookout for the vintage, made in the USA Vanity Fair items. Usually I'll pop up some screenshots. I believe it's like on a white background with blue lettering. It'll say made in the USA, and often I think it says tricot on a lot of the labels, and those are really great to look out for. This one I just picked up because I've sold these so many times. They're quick and they're easy. I titled this listing Vanity Fair Nude Half Slip Women's Small, and on the tag it had the size S for small and 38, so I put both of those. I put silky nylon, 16 inches, style, and then I wrote out the style number, and then I put lace. I was going to put lace trim, but I ran out of characters, so I thought lace was probably a more searchable term than trim, so I chose to keep the word lace in there. I'm using my eBay mailer that I got with my free eBay shipping supply coupon. This one's the 10 by 13 size. It's a little smaller. In yesterday's, I used the 12 by 15 size, but that fits nicely. It sold for $11.24. My earnings were just $4.40. It cost just 6 cents. It took only 6 days to sell, and my profit was $4.34. Not much at all, but I just like picking up those things because they're so quick and they always sell really fast. I sold this vintage nightgown, and I didn't notice while I was there that it has little holes throughout. It even has a little stain at the hem. But that is the great thing about vintage items. They still will sell even with flaws. This one was Eileen West Queen Anne's lace, and there were some really good sold comps. This one did not sell as high because it does have some flaws. And I did put on my listing that I was listing it for a great low price because of the flaws. I titled the listing Vintage Eileen West Queen Anne's Lace Cottage Core Nightgown, size petite, small roses. It sold for a gross amount of $19.45. I received back in the bank after fees and postage $11.30. It cost only 59 cents and my profit was $10.71. This is actually a really good brand to be on the lookout for. If you look on eBay, there are currently 48 available listings. If you look at what has sold in the last 90 days, 47 have sold. So that is right at that 100% sell-through rate. And what I love to find, that means it is going to sell. But I like to look at what has actually sold, how much it has sold for, what the listings look like, and it looks pretty good. So the next thing I do is I go up to the top and I change this sort to highest to lowest. That way I can see what in this brand is the most valuable and what to look out for. I try to commit those styles to memory, what it looks like. I'll often go into listings and look at the tags and just the item to see what is very valuable in this brand. And there were a lot of really good sellers. Mine was actually the very lowest selling one in the last 90 days. But that I can sell something that has holes all over it and stains and still make a $10 profit makes me really happy and shows that that is a good brand when you can sell it in that condition. I sold another cycling jersey and I was not familiar with that logo, but I still picked it up anyway, and I was able to Google Lens this logo and found out what it was. Then I also looked at this tag and I thought this must be the style number, so I looked that up. I found out it was a men's cycling jersey, and for some reason I thought it was a women's cycling jersey. So when I wrote the description, I put the style number and then I put details from looking up style number, and I copied and pasted exactly what they said because they talked about the technology, cooling effect, antibacterial, quick dry, UPF, SPF 50, that it was standard fit. So it gave a lot of information. So I wanted to be sure and include that. It even has a little zipper pocket on the side, a multimedia outlet, and so this one sold fast. I titled it Louis Garneau Evan, I might be pronouncing all that wrong, cycling jersey, men's medium, white, black, long sleeve pockets. Oh, it also had a hole in the sleeve, which I took pictures and noted that in the listing, and it still sold for $25. My earnings were $16.13. I paid just 52 cents for it, and it only took 2 days to sell. My profit was $15.61. I'm just always amazed by that I can pay 52 cents and make a profit of $15.61 in 2 days. So that is why I love sourcing at the bins. So I'm thinking a great name for this video might be, what brands will still sell damaged with holes in them, snags in them? And this is one of them. This little guy, if you see him, this is Smart Wool. And it was funny. I was going through the bin and I see all these holes and snags, and I take the shirt and I throw it. And then as I'm throwing it, I'm like, wait, I know that logo, that's Smart Wool. And so I was literally crawling across the table to get it back because I know this will sell despite condition. I looked at the tag and found the style number so I could find out the exact name of it in the description. Titled this listing, Smart Wool Men's Large Microweight 150T Merino Wool Base Layer Shirt Holes. And then in the listing, I put that it has multiple holes and snags, but it's still a great base layer. It sold for a gross amount of $16.59. My earnings after fees and postage were $7.72. I paid just 38 cents, very lightweight, and it took 24 days to sell. It wouldn't have taken that long, but it sold once, and I waited and waited for the person to pay. They never paid, so I canceled it and relisted it again, and then it sold again right away. So in total, it took 24 days to sell, and my profit was $7.34. I picked it up knowing that it wasn't going to make a lot, but I knew that it would be really fast to list and that it would sell quickly also. I'm putting this in my little teeny tiny eBay mailer. That shirt sold on the really low end for Smart Wool, but look at some of these sales that sold at a really high amount. And keep in mind, these are sold comps for the past 90 days, which falls in the middle of summer. So definitely be on the lookout for Smart Wool items that are more substantial and in excellent condition. Sold another item for a low amount, but I will tell you, it really adds up. I come across these all the time, and they're just kind of like a guaranteed sell, and usually I can just hit sell similar, and it's just a matter of throwing it on the ground, taking a few pictures, hitting sell similar, adding those pictures in. So it's just a no-brainer for me, and I know that they always sell fast if I price them correctly. I titled this listing Kymar Top Cami Compression Women's Medium Nude Tank Stretch. It sold for $12.64. My earnings were $6.38. I paid just 24 cents. It took just one day to sell, and my profit was $6.14. So not a lot, but it only took me a few minutes of work. Now we're going to go across the room. I have everything set up, and I'll show you the rest of the items along with how many hours it took me to do this haul, what my estimated income is from this haul, and how much I'm working at per hour on these items that look like they're really not very much. It adds up. Okay, now these are the remaining items, and they will probably trickle out in the next few months. That's what I find happens. I usually get my money back within the first day or two. Anything that I spend on the inventory, I have that cost of goods made up right away. Then within the next month, I sell about half of it, and then it just trickles out. And then usually a year later, I have one or two items left, and I'm like, why haven't these sold? And then they sell eventually. I will keep you updated. I love keeping track of all of this. I always keep track of my hauls and keep numbers, and I love to see exactly how much things sell for, what I'm at after a month or 2 months or 3 months. I love timing myself to see how much I work for per hour. It makes me really motivated to source and list because I see how great it really is, and I can work at home. Okay, this dress I love. I wish it was my size. It is Banana Republic, and it is a size medium, and it's a long maxi dress, and it's kind of like a faux wrap, or it has this high slit, and so it crosses open, but it opens all the way. It's navy and white, and it is in excellent condition. It's already received a lot of activity, so I think that it will sell pretty soon. I don't remember off the top of my head how much I have everything listed for, so what I'll do is I'll just pop up a picture and you can see what I have it listed for. What I do is I start it out a little bit higher, and if it doesn't have a lot of activity, I will start reducing that price over time. The next one, this one's gotten a fair amount of activity also. This one is BCBG Max Azria, and it's a size small, and it has this velvet. It's really pretty. I find basic black dresses usually always sell. I've listed these items on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Most of them so far have sold on eBay. A few of them on Poshmark, I think 2, and nothing on Mercari yet. So we'll see at the end. I'm interested to see where they all sell. Then this is Talbot's, and it is a size extra large. It still has this tag, so I'm thinking it was probably new, but I don't know, so I did not list it as new, but it says pure merino wool. It has this deep V-neck. If I can get $25 or $28 out of it, I think that would be great. Just a quick reminder, if you're new and not subscribed, I'd love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below, and if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. And I found this little vintage nightgown. It's so sheer, and it said made in the USA, so I of course had to pick it up. It weighs like nothing, and the brand is Tom Bazzuta for Barad and Company or something like that. I've never heard of it, but I'm going to go ahead and try it. If I can sell it for $10 or $12, that will be great. I do weigh everything. I figure out how much it is per ounce, and then I have a little chart because I like to know how much everything is exactly, because it really makes a difference between something lightweight like that and a jacket or a pair of coveralls that might end up costing $5 or $6. So I like to know the exact amount per item. Then this, I had not heard of this brand, but it looked kind of different. The comps are so good on it. Look at these sold comps for the last 90 days. There are some items by Ink and Burn that have sold really high, and I also noticed quite a few of them were small sizes, like extra, extra small, extra small. A lot of times I will avoid those sizes, but if I find this brand, I am going to pick it up in any size. So if you haven't heard of this brand, it might be good to take a look at the logo and the tag and just the style of their items, and be on the lookout for it if you happen to see it while you're out thrifting. This is the tag. It's called Ink and Burn. It is a men's size large, and I think this will sell for about $25 or $28. And I have just found one of these at my regular Goodwill, and it said Italy on it. It was in my last what sold, and it sold great. It sold like the next day. So when I saw this, I knew I was going to pick it up. It's also Abercrombie & Fitch Soft A and F collection. This one says California, Los Angeles. So I thought, this one might not be quite as popular as the one with Italy on it and the pasta. But it's already gotten a little bit of activity, and if it can sell for $25 or $30, I think that would be great. Then this one is J. Crew, and I looked it up. I think it said like reimagined or something like that. It's a size extra large, and this is perfect. At the end of summer, I like to start getting sweaters listed because people will start buying them at the beginning of the season. One more sweater. This was a turtleneck sweater and in really nice condition also. I can't even remember what brand it was. Let's see. Oh, French Connection, size extra large. And just pretty nice condition. Probably only like $12 or $14. But I bet it only cost a little over $1 to purchase. The cycling jerseys, oh my goodness, those sold so fast. I still have 2 hanging around, and I don't think these will sell as well. I think this one was from like a race. I won't go over these a lot more because I talked about them in the what sold and then a little bit in the ship with me portion. But if I end up just getting like $8 or $10 for this jersey, that would be great. And then one more jersey. I really liked the look of this one. I'm shocked it didn't sell yet, but it's probably the brand. This one is VO Max. And so I'm guessing that's not as popular as a brand, but it's in excellent condition. And so I'm sure it will sell eventually, you know, maybe $10 or $15, but I'm betting it was like 50, 60 cents. Then this is a pair of Nike baseball pants. And I always look up the style number to find out if they're men's or women's and the specifics on them. This was a size small, and I believe it was men's, and I picked them up even if they have a little bit of staining or if the fabric's been worn a little bit, because I think that's pretty standard with baseball pants. They end up like that anyway, and I usually can get $10 or $12 for a pair of baseball pants. Then this, I thought this was neat. I had not heard of it, but it was new with tags. Marley Lily, and it is a size regular. Well, I looked up the website, and usually these are monogrammed. This one wasn't. It's a poncho. I love the colors. It's really nice. I'm sure this will sell in the fall if I have it priced correctly. And I'm guessing again, maybe $12 or $14. Then I got this shawl and it just felt really nice and soft. I didn't know much about it, didn't have time to look it up, so I thought I'd take a chance. Here is the tag. It is Pashmina or something like that.
Pashmina.
And I looked that up, and it is a cashmere material. So I thought, oh, this will probably go very well, but it doesn't go for a lot. It'll probably sell for like $12, but it's really nice and soft and a nice neutral color. I got a few little kid items. This little Gymboree outfit. It is a size 12, and it has the nutcracker on the front and the matching pants. And it's in great condition and it's already getting interest, so I think it will sell pretty soon. If I end up profiting $10 on each item that I get at the bins, I think that's great. Then robes, I love picking up robes. They usually sell well, and this is Gap Kids, size 12. Oh wow, I could have paired it with those nutcracker pajamas. Maybe I'll go back and do that because that would be really cute. Or maybe someone will bundle it, but it had the belt, which was nice. And so I think this will sell somewhere between the $10 and $14 price also. And then this is Oshkosh by Gosh, and it is size 8, and it's a denim jacket, excellent condition. And then it has the hood, that's the knit hoodie. And so usually these things will sell great in the fall. And again, probably about $10 or $12. I love picking up bras at the bins. I always make sure that they're in good condition. I always check. For the longest time, I'd get home and I'd see the wire would be busted through. And so that always was so disappointing. So I always check that. I check where the clasps are, just make sure it's in nice condition. And this one was. And I like to pick up the bigger sizes. They seem to sell well. This one's Vanity Fair, size 40C. This is All Saints, and I've never found anything All Saints before, but it seemed like I had heard somebody mention this brand in a haul or a what sold video, and so I was like, I'll try it. And so I think I started out, I think I started the listing out at like $28, not a lot of activity, maybe just a little bit, so I think I have it dropped down to about $22 now, so we will see on that. First time getting this. Then love this. This is Victoria's Secret, and I was like, I think this tag is vintage, yay. I'm surprised it hasn't sold yet. It's a size 36C, and it is this bright neon color, and it has the built-in underwire bra, adjustable, so cute, excellent condition. I probably started it out too high because I wanted to give it the opportunity to sell at a higher amount, really lightweight, so that'll be a really good profit. Then this corset, I usually have great luck on things like this, and I noticed it was a larger size. I was not familiar with the brand, but I think it will sell regardless of brand. It is a 3XL, and I will pop, oh, here's the brand. And the brand is Daisy Corsets. And it looks like it is in excellent, perfect condition. And I think this one will probably sell for around $22 or $25 also. Then a couple of denim shirts. This one is Motherhood Maternity, size medium, just a very basic denim front snap shirt. And if I can make $10 on this, I'm happy. And this one is ASOS design, size large, just a nice solid denim shirt. Also the front snap. So love picking up things like this. They always sell, and probably looking at about another $10 profit item. And then this one is so cute. It's Star Wars and it's from Think Geek. And I used to always buy Christmas presents from Think Geek. I love that website. I remember one year for all of my siblings, like as adults, we were adults, I bought like the little brain teasers where you had to do the puzzles, and just, I always find like cool gifts for adults there. But I thought this one was neat. This is a Star Wars Christmas sweater, and it is a size extra large. This is heavy. I recognize this tag. This is a vintage Gap sweater. It's 100% wool. I hand washed it, laid it flat to dry. It took a long time to dry. This one is heavy. By weight, it cost $2.45. And I think this will sell for a good amount, probably $30, $35, which is a great profit for a bins item. Then this is another nice heavy sweater. Also hand washed this and laid it flat to dry. Duluth Trading Company, size large, 80% cotton, 20% wool. It already sold once, and then the person asked me right after to cancel. They were super nice. They said they needed a size extra large and they accidentally purchased it. So I said, no problem. And once things sell once, even if you cancel them or items are returned, that's a sign that it is an item that will sell, and they usually sell again right away. So I'm sure this one will, probably for like $15 or so. Then these little double collar vintage sweatshirts normally do well, depending on the embroidery on the front. Sometimes I skip them if they're just kind of plain, but if it's something like this, it's Santa and a reindeer. If it's like cats or a certain animal that I think is really popular, I usually pick these up. It's Croft & Barrow Sport, and it's a size small, so I wish it was like an extra large or a 2X large, but I still thought it was pretty and nice condition, so I picked it up. Another $10 profit item of Tommy Bahama shorts, and I almost feel like it's too late in the season. Like, shorts are really slowing down. I feel like I should be picking up sweaters more than shorts. It has this waistband that stretches inside. They're in really nice condition, size 42. I might have to hold on to them, and then they might sell next April or May before short season. Cut from the cloth, size 16, so a great size, but I feel like it might be a little late in the season, but that's okay. I already have them listed and I know they'll sell eventually. Probably make about $10 on these also. Okay, so that is everything. So now let's look at the numbers to see if this type of quick haul, very mediocre items is really worth it. So far, I have sold 17 of the 34 items, so exactly half of the items. They have sold for a gross amount of $341.83. I have received back in the bank, after any fees or postage have been taken out, $201.89. If you take out the $43 for the cost of goods, it was $42.84, but I rounded up to $43. So I am right now, if I sold nothing else, in the profit, $158.89. But I still have half of the items still to sell. Now, I had to estimate a little bit on my time. Sometimes I'll take a stopwatch if I have like a full day to work and time everything. But I tried, but I was very sporadic on this one, and I was listing like 3 this day, 4 the next day, 3 the next day, out of town for 4 days, come back and list. So I've had to kind of estimate a little bit. I know the shopping took 1 hour and 4 minutes. The cleaning was really easy. There was nothing that took a lot of work. It was just sorting the things out, putting them in the laundry, drying them, or laying them flat to dry. So I had to estimate on that one. Probably total actual time that I was spending on it was 1 hour. Then the photographing and listing, I did try to time, but I messed up on the timer, but I think it was pretty close to 4.75 hours. Then shipping and packaging is estimated because I didn't pre-package any of these, and then I was filming during some of the packaging, and that takes a lot longer, but I'm estimating somewhere around 2 hours. That gives about 4 minutes an item to ship, and it really doesn't take that long. So I'm probably overestimating a little bit. So this number is not absolutely perfect, but I estimate, and I'm sure it's pretty close. If nothing else sold, just the profit I've made so far is $18.16 an hour. However, I predict the rest of these items at the minimum should sell for $285. If I take out 20% in fees, that means back in the bank, I should get another $228. That means my total amount that I've already received plus the estimated amount that I should receive makes a total of $429.89 that I should receive back in the bank. What's funny is so many times I have done this and the bins is like 10 times my money on just an average haul. The cost was $43 and I should get back about $430. So 10 timesing my money again on just an average haul. I think that's amazing. If I take out the cost of goods of $43, that means my profit on this haul should be at least $386.89. If I divide that by 8.75 hours of work time, that's working at $44.21 an hour. I think that's excellent. That is more than I made as a school teacher, and I get to do this working from home and have the flexibility, and it's so much fun. Now, to contrast this haul, I just went back. I had finished this one, so I went back to the bins, and I decided I was going to stay much longer. I stayed 3 hours on this next haul, and what I was trying to do was come home with about the same amount. So I took the same 2 bags, and I thought, is that extra 2 hours going to really make a big difference in how much money I make? So I went through, filled up my bags, looked everything over, looked for flaws, threw things back because I thought, I want to replace this item. Yes, it's going to make $10, but if I throw it back, can I find something that I maybe will profit $20? And I still have most of it in bags. I took out a couple things and started cleaning it, and I'm filming the cleaning process because a lot of people want to know about the cleaning, but from remembering what I got and some of the things, I think it's going to make a massive difference. So I can't wait to list everything, look up all the sold comps and get all the numbers on it. I'm going to try really hard to time everything very accurately on this next one so I can give you real numbers and bring that haul to you, because I think the amount that I'm working for per hour by putting those 2 extra hours in and really looking the things over and looking up comps and replacing lower cost items and finding items that will sell for more, I think it makes a big difference. So I can't wait to bring you that haul. So if you'd like to see it also and you're not subscribed, be sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you hit the notification bell, it will let you know when I release new videos. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through and pre-package everything. That way everything stays nice and neat. And when it's time to ship it, it only takes a minute or 2. Then I will be completely finished with this haul, and I'm so excited to start on my next one. I started already, there was a pair of cowboy boots, and I think that's one of my favorite things when they look so bad and then I can take them and polish them, put leather conditioner, and they just look like brand new boots. So I already started that and I'm filming that. So I'm really excited to get these packaged and start working on the next haul. And how nice, usually I do this and I'm listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video, and I think, what a great job to be able to work from home and just low stress environment. My husband just texted me and he's been sitting through meetings all day, and I feel almost guilty. I'm like, this does not even feel like work. I love getting to do this. Sweaters like this, oh, it fits. sometimes they don't fit, and so I put it in two. I just put one over the other direction, and that works well. I bet I'll have to do that on the Gap sweater, so I will show you. This dress I'm wearing came from the haul that I just had that I'm going to start working on next. And if you saw my haul from South Dakota, I got this dress. I think it's Liz Claiborne, and I got it, wore it in a haul, but it was just a little too big. So I found it's a different pattern and one size smaller, and I love it. So yay, I can't believe I found it again. So that's another nice thing about shopping at the bins and Goodwill. I find so many cute clothes, so I save a ton of money, and it makes me proud to save that money. It is very worth it to take the time to do this now, because I have in the past just left it in the bucket and not pre-packaged it, and wow, that ends up costing a lot more time because I'll get the item out to ship and it will look horrible, and I will have to go and steam it because I don't want to send it in the condition that it is. It really pays to pre-package your items. Bras I ship in a box because I don't want these wires to end up getting damaged. So I fold it like this, and then it'll fit in a little square box that doesn't weigh very much. The kids' clothes makes me think of my kids, of course. And the little Harry Potter jacket that I sold, it was from Universal Studios. We went when the Harry Potter Universal Studios opened in 2010. We were there on opening day because Morgan was absolutely obsessed with Harry Potter, still loves Harry Potter, so we had to be there on opening day. So Morgan was like 10, Sydney would have been like 7, and Jason 5, so 3 little kids. The only thing we ended up getting to do was go to the bathroom because we ended up just waiting in line all day to get in, and then we all had to go to the bathroom, so we waited forever in the line to go to the bathroom. The bathrooms were really cool, but we flew all the way to Florida, waited all day, and all we did was got to go to the bathroom. So that was a crazy experience, but we can say that we were there on opening day. Also, while we were waiting in line, I used to buy a lot from Dillard's at the end of season, and so they would call me when they had inventory. It pays to make friends with the salespeople. So the salesperson called me and he said, I have all this Ralph Lauren at this price, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm out of town, I'm in Florida. And so I asked him if he could just ring it all up for me and save it. And so he did. I gave him my credit card over the phone. It was an amazing deal. And he had it all rung up. And when I got back, I just pulled up to the dock. He loaded everything in, and I had a lot of inventory to list. So that, I still remember that. I thought, I can't believe that I can have this job and I'm sitting here on a vacation and I'm able to get inventory, and I don't even have to go into the store and shop. I'm going to watch a YouTube video now. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.